What's the status of Dave Selway?
Dave, right now, his x-rays all came back. They were negative. He's taken a pretty good blow, though, to the shoulder area right now. It's pretty sore. He went this morning with x-rays, and in regards to, he said he did suffer a concussion, and he did not practice today. And, we'll reevaluate again tomorrow and see where he's at. But as of right now, he did take a pretty good hit there on Saturday afternoon, and with that, we're going to take every precautionary reason before we bring him back too quickly.
Do you anticipate him playing this weekend?
At this point, I would say no. If he does, it would be a great bonus for us.
You said the x-rays on the shoulder were negative?
We're negative, yeah.
Any other battle scars from this weekend? Anybody else kind of banged up? Or?
No, everyone's pretty good for the most part. We got some guys, obviously, the first came back into the season a little tweaked in that, but nothing, a little few bags of ice can't fix that.
Do you expect Selway to practice yet this week? Or?
I honestly don't know. I know he went home today. He did some treatment on it today, and they sent him back home, and they're going to reevaluate tomorrow. Probably not, if I was to say right now, but again, I hope that maybe he can get back in Wednesday before he take off, but if he can't, then we're not going to rush him back if he's too hurt.
And you guys are leaving Thursday for...
Yeah, I leave Thursday morning.
Any word on Shea and Rowe today?
Nothing on either of them.
You just talked about playing this weekend without Kai and Perk on Friday and maybe Selway all weekend.
Yeah, obviously it's a big blow for Friday night. We got both Kai and Perk suspended from last year, and if Selway can't go, that's three of your top forwards there that are out of the lineup, and it's going to be an opportunity for other guys to step up now even more. We had some great productions this past week, I thought, from guys that stepped up with Tomas Petruska playing well for us, with Wade Finnegan, Brendan Vargas stepping up, Jerry Friesmuth. So now it's even more important that we go out there Friday with that air of confidence from this past weekend, and hopefully guys can fill holes for us and we get some good goaltending and come out with a win Friday and get those other two back Saturday.
I guess sticking with this past weekend's game, talk about some things you did, like the different line combinations out there. Of course, Finnegan getting those 2 goals. Did you see anything that you might want to keep going in terms of line-wise for the future?
Yes and no. I watched the game, then obviously we watched film last night for about 4 hours there as a staff, and it's like any coach. You start critiquing a lot more and more when you're watching the film, over and over. And that third period, we made a lot of mental mistakes, and some guys clicked and with each other. And like you said, that line of Finnegan, Vargas, and Jerry played well together. And I thought the line of Solway, Pajot, and Tommy D played well together as well. And even that other one with Kai, JST, and Perk. So I wasn't too upset with any of the lines, and I thought they played pretty well together. And we want to try to get that continuity between them. I don't want to keep switching as much as I can. I want guys to start to feel comfortable with each other, and that's the best way of knowing where a guy's going to be once you get that comfort level with them. So, this weekend, unfortunately, with 2 guys out Friday and maybe David Solway being the third, that lineups are going to shift around a lot again, and there's going to be the onus for some of these guys to step up now and answer the bell, and here's their chance to play.
Any freshmen you see playing this weekend?
Obviously, Jordan Samuels-Thomas will play a lot. Nathan Pajot will be in the lineup a lot. Mark Rodriguez right now is fighting this week to come back in the lineup and earn a spot there for us. And the back end, we got our freshman D going. So I think the freshmen and I forgot about Jerry Friesmuth, but I think this past weekend was an indication that our freshmen are getting thrown in there. I thought they all played quite a bit for us and a substantial amount of ice time as well. So as they get going here, they're no longer freshmen. They played a game. And one thing we had to make our guys aware of today is that we're going against a bigger, stronger, physical opponent this coming weekend. It's not Wilfrid-Laurier. It's a WCHA school. It's a very good hockey team that we played in here last year, so we know how they play, and we got to be ready to go.
Talk about Nick Eno and Andrew Hammond, how you felt they played this past weekend, and what's going to factor into your decision as to who gets to start this weekend.
Yeah, I thought both of them played well. I thought both of them made some great saves for us this past weekend. Obviously, I wasn't happy we let in 3 goals from a coaching standpoint. That's not a number you're too proud of when you talk about defense and goaltending. But with that being said, I thought they made a lot of good saves. I thought they played with an air of confidence, the 2 of them. And besides, I'm sure they each want one back. both of them I thought led in one that they would prefer to have back. And again, we watched that, and it was maybe each led in a soft goal, but you know what? It was a breakdown in our neutral zone. It was a turnover at their blue line that resulted in it. And it's not just a one goalie shot back there. It comes down and it has to go through 5 guys first. And when we turn over their blue line, instead of getting it deep, now we're starting curling. Next thing you know, it's in the back of our net. And it's easy for us to point at a goalie when in fact it's a collective group out there that can step up and make the play. And kudos to their last goal there, that 5-on-3. That was a big time player making a big time shot out there, and 5-on-3 like that. And I know Tommy D came back to the bench and, sorry, coach, I should have had that blocked, he said to me. And if he did, he might have a broken arm because that was just a laser there. So, but he made some. And talking about another guy, Tommy D this weekend had a ton of block shots for us. He's absolutely fantastic on the kill.
Are you ready to name a starter for goalie, or do you think you're kind of going to go with a 1A, 1B kind of system?
No, I don't think I'm ready to name a starter at all. I'm not even ready to name a starting lineup right yet. The guys are still fighting out there. It was one exhibition game. Again, both goalies played well. It's a great problem to have right now. You want to have 2 guys that you can fully feel confident and rely on, and I feel that way with both of them. And I feel whoever I would put in the net Friday will do a great job for us. And it's going to be a week this coming next 3 days, and it'll give Coach Sterling a chance to sit down and talk with them, as well as the goalie coach too, and have an idea and talk through them. But it's up in the air. Whoever steps up this week, we'll start Friday.
Does it matter to you whether it's one goalie or 2 goalies, as long as you have one playing well? I mean, would you prefer to have a rotation, or do you just want?
Yeah, it's tough because goalies want to get in the groove, sometimes. But if we're winning with rotations and our team feeling confident behind both, then we'll flip-flop 2 until one takes over, kind of. And that's how we get the advantage of playing, 2 games this weekend, and an exhibition game where we come back into 2 non-conference games against Providence. So we do have a little time where we can work with both and give them ice time and see who steps up to the plate.
Because you can argue that Denver won a national title with 2 goalies, but yet Michigan is
with
one.
Yeah. BU. Yeah. Same thing, and that's what you want, and we've told both of them, whoever takes the reins and runs with it, and we want that healthy competition, and we said that through our forwards and our D and our goalies too. And the hardest thing for a coach to make is a goalie decision, but that's a great problem to have. It's not easy having. Sometimes it's nice just to be able to say one and finger point, I want that guy, but when you have 2 out there, it makes the decision tough, and I think that makes you that much better.
Do you think Nick kind of played the whole second half of that season still kind of lingering a little bit with his injury, or was it just a matter of he just didn't have enough ice time to really get the groove of it?
From last year?
Yeah, last year, sorry.
Well, I think last year he missed a lot of he hardly practiced the first half of the year, and we got him back and we threw him right back in, and whether it was a little early or not for him and his conditioning was down, that's neither here nor there to say. But I really thought he did a real good job this offseason, and he's came in with an air of swagger to him, which I really like, and confidence in himself, and he should. He's a heck of a goaltender, and as I said to him, last year's done with. We don't look back at that. We don't talk about that. We talk about Nick now and what he can do for this program, and bringing in Andrew Hammond, a freshman, we want that balance of a battle between the 2 of them.